Most people think fortune seekers are explorers, but they're wrong. Explorers want to be remembered. We just want to leave. The problem is, the things worth finding don't want to be taken. This place was sealed for a reason. Warnings carved into stone. Traps built to punish curiosity. I saw all of that, but I went in anyways. My name's Cole Ashford. I find things people shouldn't, and I never walk away. Welcome back, Wanderers, to the table. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and we are back today in 2026. Yes, have a happy new year. Hope that this year will bring you everything that you wished for and a lot of health and good fortune. And we are back with a whole new adventure with a new whole system. Yeah, we're going to be playing Outgunned Adventure. I got this PDF a couple of months back. A couple of months, I'm say like early 2025, so more or less like that. And I was planning on, I actually got this in 2024 because I was actually planning on playing this in 2025. I didn't get round to it, so here we are. Yes, and today we are going to start off a new adventure with our little fortune seeker called Cole Ashford. I think you saw that in the intro. Yes, and we're going to start off right here, right now with Cole Ashford. I've got all the things that I need. I got a cheat sheet right here, and I got some random tables here from Outgunned Assistant Director. Yes, I got that also, and that has a little bit of a solo thing going to it. It shows you how to play Outgunned solo. Okay, we've got our Cole Ashford right here in front of us, and let's pick this up right here, right now. So, Cole Ashford, he's a fortune seeker, and I was thinking about how to get this up and running, and I think I got a good idea for that. So, let's do it like this then. So, Cole Ashford, he's wandering the streets of a city. Don't know which city, doesn't really matter. And he's wandering the streets, and he's on his way to meet someone. And he's on his way to meet a friend of his, an old professor, an old university professor. And he's walking down the street, and he gets to the building, the front of the building. It's his old brick building. It's got some stairs going up to a wooden door with some glass panels on it. And he goes over and he hits the bell. The bell buzzes, and the door snaps open. And it's normal for him when he goes and visits his professor friend. It's normal for him for that action to happen. So he walks in through the door, climbs the stairs, starts going up these wooden stairs, and as he gets to a floor, there's this little landing sort of thing where there's this door that will go into one of the apartments, and he knows his professor friend's at the third level on the third floor, and he makes his way up, going up the wooden stairs, they're creaking and all sort of that, and he gets to the hallway where the professor's door is. And he walks towards the door, and the hallway is sort of a bit dim. It's got these light bulbs, but they're faded already. And he walks up to the door, and he sees that the door is slightly ajar. And Cole, now that is something strange for Cole. He walks in, and the whole apartment's messed up. Everything's messed up. There's papers all over the place, and there's everything's turned over, broken glass on the ground. on the floor. The whole thing's just, the whole apartment is a mess. And he opens the door slowly and he walks in slowly. One of the windows is open. The curtain is flaying about. And he can hear down below in the alleyway, he hears the metal of the fire escape and a bottle tingling. He rushes over towards the window and he looks down and he sees this dark figure running around the corner. He turns towards the door to go after this fella and he hears sirens. He looks around. As he's looking around, he sees the professor's body on the ground. He runs towards the professor, starts rummaging through his pockets. The professor wanted to talk to him about something. He doesn't know what, though. The professor just said it was really important, and it was important for him especially. Something from his past. Yes, something from his past. So the professor wanted to talk to Cole about something from his past, but what? So Cole starts rummaging around, looking around the whole apartment, going through the professor's pockets and all that. Now, does Cole find something in the apartment or on the professor? I'm going to look at the cheat sheet. Let's see, do I detect? He's got something in detect. So I'm going to use. We'll use these white ones for Cole. So focus is 2 of these and 2 die, and detect is another 2. So we roll to see if we get something. Roll difficulty. Here we go. So difficulty, basic, critical, extreme and impossible. So we need to get some successes, and the successes are matches. So as many matches as we can get, that will be our success. So let's see how many matches we get. So does Cole find something on the professor? See how many matches? Oh, we got none. So no, he does not. He does not, but we can re-roll as a solo player. Reroll and free roll. Oh, if you scored at least a success, you can re-roll the dice. Okay. If a feat grants you free rolls, you can re-roll. Okay. So none of these, I think, will give us re-rolls. So no. Okay. No. Cole does not find anything in the professor's pockets. But does he find something in the apartment? Let's go for that. Let's see how many successes we can get. No, he does not. He does not get any successes either. I'm not liking these dice. So he does not find anything in his apartment. And he starts hearing sirens off in the streets down below. He runs again towards the window. He looks down and he can see the cop cars coming in. Cops are starting to run down the alleyway. He can hear footsteps running up the stairs. He is getting trapped now. Cole has to try and see if he can get out of this predicament. Right? So what is he going to do? So Cole now, he's going to try and get away from the cops. His crime dexterity, he's got 3 in crime and 2 in dexterity. So I'm going to say that he's going to jump out the window and climb the fire escape to the roof. Does he do it? Let's see. Oh, he's got 1 success right here. So yes, he's got a basic success. So Cole does run out the window and starts climbing up the fire escape to the roof. The cops down below, they can see someone. The cops that are coming up the fire escape see someone running up this fire escape, and they start shouting, "He's up there! He's up there!" All of a sudden, as he's climbing up, the fire escape, he hears the door bashing and cops running in. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? And one of them hears, he's up there. Out. He's in the fire escape. And so they go straight for the window. Also, they look up and they see someone just trying to get over the ledge of the roof, and they shoot up at him. Does Cole manage to, dodge that? So crime, dexterity, he's got that. Let's see, we have shoot, drive, for stunt. We're going to do a brawn with stunt. Okay, so I'm going to say that with a success, he does something. Let's see. He's got 2 successes. Nice. So he's got a pair, 2 of a kind, but he does have two pairs. So I'm going to say that's a basic success by 2. So the cop shoots up, and Cole just manages to get his legs over the edge of the roof as the bullet goes ricocheting off the roof ledge. He starts running across the rooftops, jumping from building to building. He stops at the 3rd building. He looks back and he can see the cops starting to climb over the roof also where he just came from. And down below, he sees cars and cops on foot running. And the cops on the foot, they're looking up and looking at the rooftops. And Cole just starts running once again, and he jumps over from one building to the other. And as he does that, a shot rings out. Does he also manage to dodge that? We're going to do again brawn with stunt. Let's see. He got a success. Yes, he got 1 success. So he does. As he jumps over once again from rooftop to rooftop, the bullet just goes right off the ledge of the roof. And he continues on through that. He gets to a building, and right in front of him, there's nothing left. Just the main street of the city. Cars are whizzing by down below, and he looks back and he sees the cops are also starting to gain on him. And what he looks down and he can see that some of these apartments, they have verandas, right? Then they have these awnings on them. He's going to try and do something. Let's see. He's going to try and jump down onto the next floor where there's an awning and see if the awning will break his fall. We're going to do crime with dexterity. So that's 3 for crime, 2 for dexterity. Let's see if he gets it, if he manages to do anything. Oh, he got 2 successes again. Okay, so yeah, he jumps down and he lands on the awning feet first. And what that does is the awning gives way, rips open, and he manages to fall onto the balcony, the veranda. He looks around and he's way up. He's like, now he's on the 3rd floor, 4th floor, we'll say 5th floor. Okay, he's on the 5th floor veranda of that building, and there's no way down. So he just looks around and he bashes through the door of this apartment. Now, he runs through, goes through the whole apartment. People are in there watching the news again. Oh, well, no. And he just runs through, opens a door, runs down the stairs, and comes out to Main Street. Flicks up his collar of his jacket, and everybody's walking through. The cops start coming around, and he puts his head down and he starts to mingle with the pedestrians, the public, everyone that's in the street. Now, does he manage to get away? I'm going to do nerves and survival. That would be 4. 3 for nerves, 1 for survival. Does Cole manage to slip away undetected by the police? Ooh, no. So he is going in through the pedestrians, everyone, and a cop looks up, and as he looks up, Cole looks at the cop, and the cop goes, "He's over there!" And Cole just starts running down the street again, smacking into people. Does he manage to go through everyone, pushing everyone aside, and get free? We're going to do... We've got Streetwise. We're going to do Crime, which is 3, and 1 for Streetwise. Does he manage to get through the pedestrians and get away from the cops? He does. With a basic success, what he does, he starts running through everyone. Everyone's just looking back at him as he's pushing through them all, right? And as they separate, they start mingling together once again as he goes through, and the cops get stopped by the public, and they're trying to get through. Get away, get away, get away. And Cole just runs down the main street, and he manages to catch a tram. There's a tram going by. A tram's coming by, and he manages to jump onto the tram, and he sits down, and he goes away. About an hour later, Cole gets to his home. He opens the door to his apartment. He lives in a similar sort of building that the professor lived. And he opens the door, sits, closes it, goes over to the counter, pours himself a scotch, and he goes and sits down on his sofa. He puts his hand to the right, and he turns on the radio, and he hears the news. Professor of... Where is he, though? Say San Francisco. Yeah, we'll do San Francisco. So Professor Holden, we'll do that. Professor Holden from the University of San Francisco was found dead this evening in his apartment. A bullet wound to the heart. Authorities are still looking for the culprit, who continues at large. Cole sits back, takes a sip of his scotch, and closes his eyes. He's trying to think about what the professor wanted to talk to him about. And as he's thinking, he falls asleep. All of a sudden, he wakes to the sound of breaking glass. And he looks over and he sees one of his windows from his study is broken, and there's a brick on the ground. And there's something attached to the brick. He gets up, runs straight for the window, looks around, he doesn't see anyone. He picks up the brick, he unties the string, and there's a paper there with a note on it. And what does the note say? Let's see what the note says. And these are tables that are in the Outgunned Assistant Director PDF or book, and I just printed them out just to have on hand. Okay, we'll do these. Okay, we do D66. We'll do action first. Let's see. We get a 22. 22 says conceal. Let me grab some scrap paper here. So, tens, units, 45. 45 says protected. Conceal protected. What could that mean, conceal protected? Let's roll again on the descriptor. So, 66, valuable. Conceal protected valuable. Conceal. So the professor wanted to talk to Cole about something from his past. He worked in the university. He was a professor at the University of San Francisco. And Cole knows that he was in the history, archaeology. He was a history/archaeology professor. And Cole had done some work for the professor over the last couple of years, and they became good friends. Now, the last thing that Cole did for the professor, he went after an artifact But when he got to the spot where he thought the artifact was, where he knew the artifact was not there anymore. And he came back to the professor and told him that the artifact wasn't there. It had been taken. There were signs of other people there before him. And the signs were relatively new. They're recent. The ground had been, he could see footprints in the dust. So that told him that whoever was there recently, because the dust hadn't covered those footprints up. He estimated about 2 or 3 days before he got there that someone was there. So Cole probably thinks that had something to do with it. So Cole looks at the note, starts to read it. The note says, "The professor couldn't protect the artifact. It is mine now. Stay away." And that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you did enjoy our first episode of 2026 in our new Outgunned Adventure campaign story. What is going on? I don't know. We'll have to watch the next ones, right? Thank you once again. Have a great 2026, and I want to give a big thank you to everyone who supported me over 2025. It was amazing, a really good year, and thank you for all the comments, all the likes, all the shares, and a special big thanks to my 5 members. Okay, we got T Flip Rex, we got Grognard Solo Gaming, Mini Walmart, Mage Hammer, and Jamie. Thank you all for the memberships, the support. I really do appreciate it. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you all on the next adventure of Cole Ashford in Outgunned. Bye-bye.